Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be sponsored by LecFlow. LecFlow is a lighting and tech company that makes some really cool products. And when they reached out to me initially, I was a little hesitant because I hadn't heard of them before, but it was somebody who I'd worked with previously that reached out. So I wanted to give them a shot, check out the products, and I'm glad I did because today we're going to be checking out not one, but two different cool tech products. And the first one is going to be this 64 by 64 pixel light display. Now, if you're subscribed to the channel, you've seen that recently I checked out a Govee one. So we'll talk a little bit about how this one stacks up. And then we also have the ceiling light. Now, what's cool about this ceiling light is it is water resistant, according to LecFlow, and it has a speaker in it. So I actually installed it in my bathroom and above the bath, just like this picture actually on the website. And so it's something there you can play some music and just enjoy your time in the bathroom. I actually was using the restroom earlier and had my phone accidentally connect to it because I forgot that I had connected to it. And when I was watching my YouTube videos, it played on there and it was a pleasant experience. So if you want to check that out, stick around. I'm going to roll that intro. My name is Connor, and this is where the Informal Tech Reviews live. All right, so let's jump straight into it with the website. So right away, you can see the price is $59 for the ceiling light. And the ceiling light I actually really like. And basically it replaces a normal ceiling light that you have in there. I actually, when I was setting it up originally, I replaced this one in my office, the Govee one, but most of the lights in my office are Govee, so I pulled it back out and put it in the bathroom because the LecFlow person that I was working with told me that it was water resistant as long as you're not like spraying it directly. And so I was like, well, that sounds like the perfect shower thing. Listening to the music on that, which actually gets crazy loud, is definitely more enjoyable than just having it on my phone. So a couple of the highlights in here, aside from the price, is it specifically says, you know, music in the shower, speaker fills up the whole bathroom. It is very loud. The multifunction lighting works. It's definitely not as like diverse as something like a Govee light, but there are some cool different lighting shows that you can do that react to the music, which I enjoyed. I'll show you those in the demo section with the music synchronization. But it also says here that you can use Alexa and Google Home to control it, so that's always a plus. Definitely need to download the app for that, and it's going to be the Smart Life app if you're looking to set these up. Now, I don't really dive into the app here because it's pretty bare bones, but the remote control controls everything pretty well and it works just fine. Now, it does get super duper bright, so that's something that's good about it as well. But I think if you were going to compare this to something like a Govee and you wanted to have some of those other automation things like having the ability to set up different timers in the Govee app, that's something that this does not have. Now, on top of that, I would say multi-device compatibility, setting up groups and networks. Like I mentioned, I had it set up in my office, but I decided to pop it back out because right now every single light in my office is going to be a Govee device, and so having them all work together is seamless and works for me. We'll move over to the Pixel light, and so I don't know if you are subscribed to the channel. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. But if you are, we definitely have covered a couple of different Pixel lights in the past, and most recently it was the Govee Pixel light, and that one was awesome. And what I will say is that definitely has more customizability. But what I really like about this one is its size and its brightness. So it's significantly bigger than the biggest Govee Pixel light that I could get, and then the price is way less. Now, there's definitely less customizability, less features. You can't control it via Wi-Fi, at least that I could see, and it's a little less intuitive. And it's not quite the same app as the light for the ceiling light. This one uses the iDot Matrix application, and there are some products by iDot Matrix on Amazon that are a little cheaper, but I don't think they're quite this size and quality. I can't say for sure though because I've never tried those ones. So definitely recommend, if you're in the market for a Pixel light, check this one out. Don't forget to use our code, hit the link in the description. But right now we'll just jump into the unboxing and setup and go see how it is. Okay, so starting with the unboxing, you kind of slide up the top right here, so we'll toss that to the side. Nice little letter from LecFlow appreciating the customers. Plug it and file it. Then you're greeted with the actual Pixel 64 packaging, and so we'll just pop it out. See how we can slide this out. Okay, some more usual books and stuff. You know what we do with that. And then they have this device wrapped up nicely, keep it from getting messed up in shipping. Definitely some thought went into this box, so can appreciate that. Always like a nice box. And then this last little piece has a USB-C cable in it. But you can use basically any USB-C cable as long as it's providing enough power. Okay, so we got the Pixel Light all unboxed, and you can see right off the bat that comparing it to this Govee light in the background, the refresh rate is not quite up to par, and so what it's doing is it has those black lines going across. You can't see that when you're just looking at it, but I think when filming, that's something to consider if you're going to have this in the background of a video set or something. This one may be a little less attractive to a video or a content creator. But I do really like the brightness and the size of the screen. So let's go ahead and test out this app. You have to get the iDot Matrix app. And when you first come in, looks like you go to Connection. And I'm going to rename this because I don't know what any of that means. So I'm just going to call it Pixel Display. And then you can hit the little toggle icon to connect to it. Immediately you can see the toggle symbol that is connected on there, and you can control on and off. So it looks like this is creating animations. If I wanted to create something, I like how it shows up immediately as you're doing it. That feels kind of fun. I could almost just do that, almost like a Zen garden situation. Okay, so this is if you wanted to set up like a playlist, it looks like. I'm just going to grab a couple for this playlist. You can see my custom playlist in the background on the Govee one as well. But let's grab, I guess, Santa. Throw Santa first. Duck Hunt second. And I think I'll just leave it like that for now, but I have to name it, so playlist. All right, and then I'm going to say go playlist. Okay, and right away it went to Santa, so that's good, and then Duck Hunt. Okay, let's try animations and see what kind of stuff we can make from a mobile album. And then I'm going to go into my collections. Yeah, it looks like this one. There we go. And so it breaks it up into all its individual pictures, looks like. Okay. So it's definitely taking some time to send it. It might be because of the size, the amount of clips. There we go. Oh, and it perfectly switched on the Govee in the background, so you can see there's definitely a difference in my created GIF on here and on the Govee. Now, that might be a speed setting. Can I guess I can come back and try it again. I'm guessing that's what the lightning means. I'm not going to go, let's go all the way. And then, okay, so it gives you a preview at the bottom of what that'll look like. Yeah, okay, so that's animations. You can also do a scoreboard if you're playing a game or something. That's cool. You can do a stopwatch. Go. I like that. You can set an alarm clock. You can do a schedule. But okay, looks like the preset is the way to keep it static. So if I just wanted this one, then I can call it X and hit it. Send it over. And it'll just stay there. Okay. Yeah, pretty cool. I like how the bezels are small. It does feel like it's just a big screen, maybe like a CRT screen or something that has a pretty low refresh rate. But it looks great in person. Hopefully I can snag a couple pictures of it that really do it justice. But I think it'll be a great addition to the studio. Okay, so next we'll keep it moving with the ceiling light, and I think this one might just be a review unit because the box on the website does not match this, and you can see there's definitely not as much care in the box with this one. But you get the usual books and stuff, and then the little remote, which uses AAA batteries, and then we get the installation tools. So looks like this slides out. Yeah, and you just throw screws in there and slide it on. Okay, so first I'm going to pull down my Govee light, and it has these little easy tabs for swapping out the wires, so I can pull those down and then I'm able to grab this, and I'll need to swap it out for that, and then it should be an easy swap. Okay, so I'm going to use the drill to pull out this one. Wow, that's a long screw. Okay. And this one. Now the end goal of my install will be to get it upstairs in my shower, but for testing for the video, I'm going to throw it up in this conversion kit in the office so we can see it. Now that should be enough to slide it on there, and let's test it out. Okay, so I slapped the brown with the ground, blue with the white, and then you can see the direction of this. So it looks like it can slide on from either way. So what I'll do is tuck the wires up inside it, then get it mounted and slid over. Now I probably should have pushed it up a little bit more with the screws, but for testing purposes this looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and turn on the light, and there it is. Okay, I threw some AAA batteries in the remote, and now that it's all booted up, let's give it a try. Okay, power works. Turns back on. There's the RGB cycle. Okay, so it's got some cool patterns and designs. And you can kind of change the color, the brightness. Okay, yeah, that's actually really bright. Maybe I do keep this in my office. Looks like it changes the kind of white. So, sort of a soft white. A little more of a daylight. And then cool white. Let me tap and hold this one that looks like it has like a Wi-Fi signal on it. Okay, so I did end up switching it to the bathroom because it's way brighter than I expected it to be. So that's pretty awesome. You can actually see here, if I play the audio, how the audio sounds. And there's very little to no bass on it, but I don't think that matters a whole lot. The LecFlow people said that it is water resistant as long as you're not spraying water like directly on it. And so I think for me, the purpose is going to be when you're in here in the shower and you have the water running, can you still hear it, right? That's gonna be good. But yeah, so tapping and holding that, put it into pairing mode. It was Smart Life on the app. And if I hit pause, there we go. And I can control the volume, which does change the volume on my phone. And it gets pretty loud, honestly. Like that might be uncomfortably loud. So if you're worried about being able to hear it over the water, I don't think you need to worry about that. Let's try this out. Okay, so it's responding to the music. Honestly, I like that a lot. Now it's off. That's hitting with the light switch. Threw it back on. The music immediately transferred over to my Ray-Bans. But let's see if I hit play over here. Play. Yeah, so it connects back to your phone pretty quickly. All right. Okay, so those are the products. What do you think? I definitely like the Pixel Light I think, better out of the two. But the ceiling light is one that I think once you hook up all your smart devices to it, like your Google and Alexa, and you're controlling it via your voice, I think that's one that's going to be a little bit more intuitive and fun. It depends where you put it. You know, if you're in the shower a lot or in the bathroom a lot, it's definitely something that can help liven up that space. Now, you can actually see I ended up putting my Pixel light up here in my office, and it's one of those things where you kind of set it and forget it. I don't go into it too often to set up, but I picked my favorite of the images. I think I made that playlist with you guys on here. I don't remember, but it's definitely a good addition to the office, and I may end up hooking it up to like a smart bulb, or not a smart bulb, but a smart plug, so I can control it with my voice, turn it on and off. But yeah, I enjoy them. They're definitely cool products. I think for the price, 10% off. There are a couple competitors in that range, but I think just from looking at them and checking out the websites, it feels like LecFlow's edging them out. But let me know, what do you think? If you see something better, let me know, because I'm definitely on the lookout for it. Want to check out all the cool tech we can over here on Informal Tech. But we appreciate everybody watching, sticking around. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. If you want to see some more like this, hit that subscribe button. Check out the channel. We have a lot of stuff coming up. I actually have this cord right here for a new video coming up to check out the Tesla supercharger to Rivian adapter from Hansho. So stick around. We'll see you guys next time, and appreciate everybody. Peace.